Hey Pasta, you're so funny, smart, creative, talented, tall, witty, creative, talented, creative, talented. By the way, I love drills. Can you recommend me a game about drills? Of course, Poop Fart 123. I'd love to. Introducing Pepper Grinder. Pepper Grinder. Pepper Grinder. This game follows a scrappy blue-haired pirate named Pepper, who wakes up shipwrecked on an island full of these spiky little green guys called gnarlings, and they're snatching away her hard-earned booty. Pepper is pissed and arms herself with her trusty sidekick Grinder the Drill to go kick some monster butt and take back her treasure. Pepper's platforming skill set is fairly basic. She's definitely no Celeste, but she can angrily run, angrily jump, and angrily drill her enemies to death. What sets her apart from other platforming heroes is her ability to effortlessly propel herself through the earth, which is the focal point of Pepper Grinder's gameplay. As she lacks any sort of double jump, Pepper's main method of gaining height is launching herself out of the dirt like a dolphin. One might even say like Ecco the Dolphin, an old Sega Genesis game that emphasizes momentum-based movement, which Pepper Grinder was likely inspired by. Once you start drilling, Pepper automatically moves forward while you steer, meaning you can't just instantly turn around or stop. You have to do a full semicircle to face the other direction. Initially, it can be tough to get used to the controls and the inability to brake, but once you get the hang of it and you're gliding in and out of the air into different dirt chunks, it creates this really satisfying flow where you feel like you're just in the zone. You can't slow down while drilling, but there is a speed boost button that lets you launch farther, drill fast, and eat ass. As you dig, you collect Pepper's lost treasure, which is conveniently and meticulously lined up so that you can gather it all in one swoop if you control the drill well enough. Each stage also contains 5 skull coins, which function as the game's hidden collectibles. Unlike the smaller treasure pieces, these skull coins are often placed out of the way of the main path, and you have to hunt for them. They're not necessary to complete the game, but you get to spend them at shops. What? There's fashion, you can buy wigs. But I already used my coins on the key because he didn't tell me. I'm never shopping here again. Skull coins are used to buy keys that unlock bonus stages, different hair and outfits for Pepper, and sticker pages. The smaller treasure lets you operate these rusty-ass gacha machines, which feel like a tongue-in-cheek nod to the popularity of gacha mechanics in the mobile game industry right now, specifically booba waifu games.
I love gacha, I love gambling.
The red machine gives you extra health for an upcoming stage if you need to make the game easier, and the blue machine lets you gamba for random sticker collectibles that you can place on your sticker pages as a fun little farts and crafts minigame. I'm gonna put this nice mole farmer here. This guy's on top of this guy's here. We'll put a little mole dude up here. He's watching all the action. He's like, what are they doing? That's crazy. And then he doesn't care because he's a mole. These guys are actually dating. So they're partners. And this is their child. This is their baby right there. This zealot is coming to kill their baby. Oh no, he's gonna assassinate the baby. Do something. Pepper is gonna stop him from assassinating the baby. But they have a backup plane and he's coming to shoot the baby too. There's a gnarling infantry sitting on the boat. There's also this key in his butt. So this is your card chat. I hope you guys like it. The title is Live, Laugh, Love by Pasta Ghost TV. So feel free to screenshot it if you want to keep the card. Do not claim it as your own. This is my original work. I can sue you if you try to sell it on eBay for money, so don't do that. Thank you. We get a branching overworld map that tickles the nostalgia prostate in memory of platforming classics like Donkey Kong Country or Super Mario World. Pepper Grinder is split into 4 distinct zones. Each zone has about 4 normal stages, 1 bonus stage you can unlock with skull coins, and 1 boss stage, plus a unique shop. Sometimes platformers can feel repetitive, but I didn't get that feeling here because each level has a different, fully realized concept. Cannonier's Folly, for example, has you blasting yourself out of cannons and soaring through the sky above deflatable airships. No, needle the balloons. I needle all the balloons. Ha! Or Headstone Peak has you trapped inside one of these giant spooky pillars that you can see on the overworld map. This level has you digging directly upward to fit the theme of scaling the pillar, and ends with a cool explosion that blows up the mouth of the headstone. These kinds of small details give implicit storytelling to each level and make the stages feel like a part of Pepper's journey, rather than just things that the gamer is checking off a list. They very easily could have made the lava biome just 5 annoying lava levels, but instead they created 5 unique experiences. Poison Ridge is filled with this thick green smog in the background, and you see these stink bug enemies farting out clouds of the same color, which creates the stage's story. This level is poisonous because of the presence of these bugs. There's a beach that's being pelted by volcanic eruptions, which create these diggable surfaces underwater. There's the giant's kitchen full of gnarlings with butcher knives, huge slabs of meat, and giant pots of soup being boiled over the lava. I won't go over every stage, but you can see what I mean when I say they all tell their own story. They're not just reused assets and sets of platforms, it's a new experience each time you select a new stage. And this carries over into the gameplay mechanics as well. I fully expected Pepper's gameplay to be limited to just, well, digging, but I was wrong. Very, very wrong. Pepper can insert her drill into various devices to power them. She can also grapple, swim around in water, ride a sleigh. No way. Soundtrack good, big funky music, A+. At one point she just picks up a heavy machine gun and becomes a metal slug character. Pepper, my queen, I'm so sorry for doubting your abilities. I almost lived. Also, she's a mech pilot? The devs chose to combat the innate repetition of the platforming genre by cleverly peppering in new gameplay at a steady pace, so you're constantly discovering something new as you move through the game. I enjoyed the direction they took with the bosses in this game because they feel almost like action roguelite bosses. You gotta pummel them with your drill to deplete their health bars while digging around to juke their attacks. The final boss is, for lack of better vocabulary, really fucking cool. So cool that I don't want to spoil him in this video just in case you're thinking about playing the game yourself. He represents my favorite kind of boss in video games. The bosses that feel out of place, like creatures from a different universe that somehow found their way into the game's code. Kind of like in the Kirby games where you're mainly fighting cute little forest creatures and then all of a sudden you're up against a terrifying cosmic entity. This boss twists the tone of Pepper Grinder into something darker and more ominous and helps create a really exciting finale to the game. After you beat the final boss, there unfortunately isn't any post-game content, but if you're into completionist stuff, there are time attack challenges for each stage and you can try to collect every sticker. The game took me about 4 hours and 30 minutes to complete, which included getting every skull coin and doing every bonus stage. Pepper Grinder is generally well praised, but there's a common critique that it feels like it's too short. I don't agree. Here's why. I think modern gamers sometimes over-exaggerate the importance of game length. Not every game needs to be long. It's a lot like people who obsess over dick size, like, yeah, you can have a huge cock, but that's not automatically gonna make the sex good, and oftentimes it's not good. In very long games, there's often a lot of boring shit, filler side quests, copy-pasted dungeons, reused enemies, and I've played my fair share of these where it's like, yeah, cool, this game has 80+ hours of content, but how much of this content is actually good? The reason I love Pepper Grinder is that while it is short, they made every second of playtime count. They packed a really impressive variety of gameplay into the 4 zones. You're not just drilling around, you're shooting stuff, you're swimming, you're flying, you have mechs. You have puzzles, you have boss fights, you have fashion. Every stage has its own unique story. The movement is smooth and satisfying. The enemies are stupid and cute. And just when you think you've seen all there is to see, Pepper Grinder throws another curveball at you and continues to surprise and impress. I personally would rather have a short game that is polished and packed full of interesting, soulful content than a long, repetitive game that's padded with filler content to inflate playtime. But that's just me. You can find Pepper Grinder on Steam and Nintendo Switch for $15. Thank you to indie developer Ecco for making this awesome game, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drill the like and subscribe buttons to help support my content creation journey. Bye. Look at this mole. Hey. You want to go on a date? You want to date me? I'm just kidding. You're a mole. Weirdo. Go away.